Hispanic leaders throughout the Magic Valley gathered last night to discuss some of the concerns they are seeing within the Hispanic and Latino community. I spoke with the Idaho Commission on Hispanic Affairs to see how they are addressing some of these issues.
Their families have been so disenfranchised by systemic racism for so many years that they feel like that they are not capable of commenting or attending those type of meetings.
These were just some of the concerns expressed from Hispanic leaders throughout the Magic Valley. And the Idaho Commission on Hispanic Affairs says it's their goal to come up with a plan to solve some of these issues.
I think the biggest thing I took away from here is how they're ready to be organized in a way that is more supportive of the community. And they just need that help. And if we could figure out a way to do that and really kind of be a catalyst for them to connect, I think we're going to be in great shape.
Some of the concerns raised throughout the meeting included issues surrounding education and resources that are available that some Hispanic and Latino parents may not be aware of.
There's still issues with in school districts where you have large populations of Hispanics, for example, kids in the school. But you look at the school boards, there is no Hispanic representation. They're not the leaders of the school system are not in full alignment with what the needs are of that community.
And the cultural barrier is a big factor in Hispanic and Latino parents not knowing their rights or resources available to them.
If they're first generation here in the United States, for example, they just may not know their rights. I know that my parents, in their view is the school takes care of it. They educate you. They didn't feel that they had a role to play. Well, that's not the way the school system works in our country, right? We want the parents to be involved. We want them to shape. We want them to ask.
The commission also heard some concerns they were not aware of beforehand.
For me, for example, the mental health which came in right at the end of the meeting, is something that has not been flagged as a big issue. We've talked about it before, but it's always been in the periphery.
So before we wrap up, any burning issue that maybe hasn't been talked about?
With some of the concerns, the commission says their plan is to continue educating the Hispanic and Latino community, but their goal is to come up with a plan to address other issues.
So, it's an opportunity to listen to the community, to see where they're having issues with, and then for us to then figure out, okay, how do we better support them?
Stephanie Garibay, Idaho News 6.